It looks like that black is winning the game by playing queen takes a2 checkmate. But this is not black to move. This is white to move. If you're playing with white, what would you play here to stop the checkmate? Are you going to play a3? Are you going to play queen to e4, checking the king? Or are you going to play something else? I want you to pause the video and try to find the best move for white in this position. Now, it is a little bit tricky and very beautiful solution, so try to do your best to figure out the answer. Okay, now we're going to discuss the first option, which is to play a3. You're stopping the checkmate from happening, that's totally cool. But that is going to play, for example, queen to g6, getting the trade in, he just wants to trade the queens, and also attacking this pawn twice. After, for example, you take, he takes, and this pawn is going to be dead very, very soon. You want to move your king, but then he's going to win this pawn, and it's more likely it's going to be a draw. And you don't want that, because you're totally winning this. But it is not the way to go. The best way to defend yourself is by attacking, so it's definitely not by playing a3. Even though playing a3, you still have an advantage here because you have an outside pass pawn that's really beautiful, and the king's really far away from it. Especially if you traded the rooks, this pawn will make a queen for sure. But there's a better way. Now you might be saying, saying that okay, the best move is to play queen to e4 check. You cannot go here. There's a pawn, of course. You play queen to e4 check, and then you started calculating. What if he went king here? You start to play another check. King goes here, another check. But actually, he's not really forced to move the king. He can just play queen to g6, attacking this pawn twice. Proposing a queen trade. And if you move the queen anyway, like for example here or here, for example, you might get checkmated because the queen cannot block because it's going to be loose, the rook as well, and the king cannot move. So, of course, here if you play the queen here and then you trade it and you take this pawn, for example, a takes b3, he goes rook takes, you give him a check, of course. If there's a check, you play it, another check, and you have to go here, or maybe here, and then you have to fight this pawn outside by his pawn, and the king's really far away, so you might blunder this away and lose the game, especially with these two double pawns. So, it is not playing a3, it is not playing queen to e4 because of the simple queen g6, it is by playing something else. And hopefully, I really hope that you found the solution for this puzzle. Now, it is made up of two moves. The first move is, which is really beautiful, it is queen to g8 check. This move is amazing. Of course, the king cannot take because it's defended by a pawn, and now black is forced to take the queen with the rook. Now, you would definitely don't want to take the rook with a check because he can just take here and you're completely losing this game. There's a queen here, there's a checkmate threat here, this outside by his pawn is going to be winning this game. So you don't take the rook. And you don't make a queen, because if you make a queen, you might be thinking, oh, this is just checkmate, he blocks, queen takes g7, checkmate. Well, he's not forced to block you though, because here you're not giving any, you're only giving one check. So he can just go king to h8, and no, there is no queen to h6 checkmate because it may look like a checkmate, but there's a queen takes h6. So the queen here is really a problem. That's why making a queen is not the correct move. The only move in this position to win the game is the very beautiful under promotion to a knight. Oh my god, this puzzle is beautiful. The knight is giving a check to the king. Also, the rook is giving a check to the king. So the king is forced to move. But the knight is stopping the king from escaping to g6, which is going to allow him to be free forever. And the only move for black here is to go king to h8, and it's going to be met with the classic Arabian mate, rook to h7, checkmate. And even though it is still checkmate for black for only one move, but it is not over until I win for white. I really hope that you enjoyed this puzzle, and I'll see you later with another one.